Working as a member of the military is undoubtedly one of the hardest and most stressful jobs in the world. In times of peace, it might be more lenient and could even be boring to some, but part of the job is to remain ready to face the worst-case scenario from whichever direction it comes. This has led to the requirements for some jobs to function as a sort of additional filter to weed out the weak of mind and body and allow only those that rise above the rest and achieve the highest of standards to become a member of these specialized units. Let's take a look at some of the world's most grueling, intense military exercises and drills. Navy SEAL drown proofing. This Navy SEAL exercise is largely meant for SEAL hopefuls and is standard for almost all types of Navy SEAL entrants. The exercise will make the newbies hop into the deep end of the pool, bob up and down 20 times, float for 5 minutes, swim to the shallow end of the pool, turn around without touching the bottom, swim back to the deep end, do a forward and backward somersault underwater, and retrieve a face mask from the bottom of the pool. Kinda sounds easy, right? But these unfortunate individuals will have to do all of this with both their hands and feet bound by ropes. Swimming in itself, without the use of both hands and feet, is seemingly impossible. It almost defeats the purpose of swimming by taking away most of the tools our body uses, enabling us to swim. But this is exactly what this exercise teaches those that undertake it. It's quite literally drown-proofing an individual, and with the challenges that they'd have to overcome to become drown-proof, most survivors come out with a new fear replacing their fear of drowning, the fear of not succeeding. Cobra Gold. One of the largest and longest-running military exercises in the world, Cobra Gold is not your everyday run-of-the-mill training camp. Primarily a joint operation by the U.S. Armed Forces and the Royal Thai Armed Forces, other allied countries do also participate, such as Japan, Indonesia, Malaysia, South Korea, and Singapore. Although much of it is aimed particularly at enhancing cooperation within the allied nations of the region through a host of humanitarian and disaster relief efforts, the Cobra Gold exercise, which occurs every year, will expose soldiers to standard Thai traditions. This includes biting off the head of a live chicken. Yes, the head of a live chicken, torn off with just the teeth and a furious bite. It doesn't stop there, however, as participants also have the unfortunate privilege of being able to drink the blood of a king cobra. The blood is said to have a wide array of benefits, which had better be the case if these soldiers are going to be given this every year. Surely enough, though, this practice would bring an additional level of camaraderie among those who partake in it. And with the track record of fast and able response between the allies participating in this yearly exercise, the practice seems to yield successful results. Taiwanese Marines Road to Heaven. The name Road to Heaven seems to indicate something sweet, maybe even comfortable, but that isn't the case for Taiwanese Marines aspiring to be frogmen. This isn't like Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. In fact, this might be more akin to AC/DC's Highway to Hell. The drill is an intense, slow crawl over 164 feet of jagged coral rocks that undoubtedly will leave a mark or two on the bodies of those hoping to enter the elite ranks of the Taiwanese military. The recruits start this grueling test with a fall from standing to plank position, probably the easiest part of the whole exercise, as they start their crawl moving only with their elbows and knees to support their body. As they crawl, their mothers and fathers watch everything from the sidelines as they are highly encouraged to attend the event. This is to serve as a boost in confidence as those that cared for them in life watch them achieve one of the ultimate goals of a career in the Taiwanese military. It's also meant as a warning that if they do fail, they will also be bringing an overarching shame to their name and family. As they crawl through different sections of the path, at several points the recruits are commanded to stop and do some type of physical exercise. They get a brief respite from the sharp coral tearing through their skin, but it's not a respite from pain and hardship as salt water is poured over the recruits' wounds. And if officers aren't satisfied by either their wavering form or lack of misery, they're forced to start over. As these soldiers reach the end, they've not only been tested to the limits of both their strength and endurance, but also their mental strength. Once they finish, they're greeted with rest and a huge sigh of relief. This would mark the end of their candidacy as they fully enter the ranks of the elite. The road is indeed hard, but to a hopeful candidate, this is heaven, attaining the sweetest fruit. British Royal Marine Mud Runs. In a video released by the British Royal Marines is a glimpse of the famous mud runs that fresh recruits will have to go through as part of the training at the Commando Training Center Royal Marines. Would-be Royal Marines are seen completely drenched in mud, adding significant weight to the clothes they're wearing, as they endure crawling a great distance in complete mud. Going through the video, you can see several other exercises such as a normal crawl, as well as one on their backs using only their legs to push forward, jogging in the mud carrying one of their fellow recruits, or a log that they also push while crawling prone, and lift as they do sit-ups together with the log on their chests. The video is short, but assuming the level of skill and expertise that Royal Marines consistently show in the battlefield and in situations they find themselves in, this exercise is probably long and hard, which will do much in strengthening both the minds and bodies of these would-be Royal Marines. North Korean Storm Corps training. The North Korean Storm Corps are the country's special forces and are reported to be the cream of the crop of all North Korean troops. Rivaling other special forces groups, such as the U.S. Navy SEALs and the British SAS, recruits of the Storm Corps undergo a unique endurance test that will push their physical and mental will to the absolute edge. Normal endurance tests would put a recruit through a variety of runs, marches, swims, and other physically challenging tasks. But for the North Korean Storm Corps, they're put through intensely painful challenges, such as continuously punching a jagged, uneven wooden surface, being hit in the abdomen with a battering ram-style log, breaking bricks and slabs of stone with either their fists or just their heads, jogging and rolling around what looks to be shards of broken glass or porcelain, and amongst the many other crazy exercises, going through an obstacle course of flaming barbed wire. These were all shown in a video that for some people may be a little bit hard to believe. North Korea has been known to lie about their business for the sake of propaganda. But in an interview with Yu Guan-hee of the Daily NK, a retired Storm Corps member said, "The most difficult thing for a new recruit is extra training after the scheduled daily tasks. After the evening checkup, squad leaders take cadets out and make them exercise for an hour, including sparring, kicking, balancing, and pull-ups, and then make them run up a 200-meter mountainside with a mattress on their back." Aside from the crazy training regime and nigh-impossible recruitment tests, North Korean soldiers are also the most underpaid troops in the entire world. This particular retiree is said to have just gotten a reserve lieutenant title, a diploma from the Communist College, a savings account with just 8,000 won from the discharge payment, and a certificate of discharge from the Storm Corps, which is grueling in and of itself. Before the world's best can be called the best, they must first prove it. These exercises are sure to do their part in allowing only the strongest of the strong to join their ranks. These major countries won't let just anyone take on the most vital assignments, and they surely won't waste the resources needed to fund the special forces of their own militaries on hapless recruits. From the Spartans of ancient Greece, the ancient saying that only the strong survive has resonated throughout the centuries. These exercises and tests of will are designed to ensure that in the moment that the world needs these men and women the most, they have already proven to be the strongest. Which military do you think has the craziest exercises? Let us know below. For more great videos like these, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.